Donald Trump Jr., son of U.S. President Donald Trump, made significant remarks on December 7th regarding the Ukraine conflict, suggesting his father might withdraw from peace negotiations if Ukraine fails to reach an agreement with Russia. Speaking at the Doha Forum, Trump Jr. launched sharp criticism against Ukraine's leadership, alleging that Kyiv was far more corrupt than Russia prior to the war and that Ukrainian elites had profited from Western military aid while ordinary citizens suffered. He claimed wealthy Ukrainians had fled abroad with wartime funds and accused U.S. and European leaders of ignoring years of systematic corruption. These comments came as Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky met with European leaders who reaffirmed their support for Kyiv's positions that no Ukrainian territory would be conceded to Russia in any potential peace deal. The meeting underscores the growing diplomatic pressure on Ukraine to maintain its stance despite increasing battlefield challenges. Russia responded positively to adjustment made by President Donald Trump to the updated U.S. national security strategy, with Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov stating that the changes broadly align with Moscow's vision for resolving the Ukraine conflict. Peskov emphasized that the current U.S. administration differs fundamentally from its predecessors and that Trump's strong domestic position enables him to reshape foreign policy. Russian presidential aide Yuri Yushakov noted that recent diplomatic contacts had improved mutual understanding between Moscow and Washington, though he cautions that significant disagreement remain and any lasting agreement would require robust legal and institutional guarantees. Meanwhile, President Zelensky delivered one of his strongest statements yet during an online briefing, insisting that Ukraine has no legal or moral right to surrender any territory to Russia, highlighting the mounting pressure he faces from both Washington and Moscow regarding territorial concessions. The Ukraine peace process has entered a volatile phase, according to senior officials, with territory remaining the most problematic issue blocking progress toward a settlement. Moscow continues to demand territorial concessions while the U.S. pushes for rapid agreement, creating a diplomatic dilemma for Kyiv, which insists it cannot sign any deal without thorough review. Tensions escalated significantly after President Trump publicly stated that Zelensky had not read the updated peace draft crafted in Miami with his advisors. In London, leaders from the United Kingdom, France, and Germany convened with Zelensky to establish a unified European response to the diplomatic impasses. The Kremlin has urged silence regarding negotiations, warning that public discussions of peace terms only damage the prospect for a successful outcome and undermine trust between the parties. A major disruption has occurred in the fragile triangle of U.S.-Russia-Ukraine back-channel diplomacy after Ukraine spy chief Kirill Budanov claimed his intelligence agency can monitor communications of senior Russian officials. His blunt remark that we get money for this, came shortly after leaked phone transcript surfaced involving Kremlin aide Yuri Yushakov, Trump envoy Steve Witkoff, and negotiator Kirill Dmitriev, suggesting Moscow was developing a peace proposal tailored for Washington's approval, with Kyiv's appearing marginalized in these private exchange. Budanov's comments have intensified speculations about the sources of the leaks. European and U.S. security officials now suspect the breach could involve multiple countries or even internal actors within Washington who oppose Trump's diplomatic approach to ending the conflict. The situation deteriorated further when 3 Ukrainians armed with sophisticated spy equipment were intercepted in Warsaw during a police operations that seized encrypted drives, antennas, SIM cards, and advanced hacking devices capable of infiltrating critical systems. Russian gas prices have surged dramatically, now costing 8% more per gallon than gas in the United States, even as Russia's top advisors declared that Moscow is effectively at war with Europe and will not achieve victory until the entire continent is defeated. Several EU member states have issued warning that the bloc's ambitious plan to phase out Russian energy imports is colliding with harsh winter realities, exposing dangerous gaps in storage capacity and deepening political divisions. Latvian parliamentarian Andrius Kulbergs revealed that the region's main gas storage facility is only partially filled and being rapidly depleted by the Baltics, Finland, and Poland, raising concerns that current reserves might not last 3 months. Hungary and Slovakia have announced they will challenge the European Union's RePowerEU regulations at the European Court of Justice, with Hungarian Foreign Minister Peter Szijjártó arguing that banning Russian oil and gas would make secure energy supplies impossible and drive prices to unsustainable levels. Szijjártó contends the measures requires unanimous approval as sanctions violates EU's treaties by intruding into national energy policy and contradict the European Commission's own assessment. A rare and sharp transatlantic competition has emerged after European Union Council President Antonio Costa warned that Europe will not accept any U.S. interference in its internal political affairs. Speaking from Brussels, Costa pushed back strongly against Washington's newly released security strategy, which contains sharp criticisms of European policies. The United States cannot replace European citizens in choosing which parties are good and which are bad, Costa declared, emphasizing that Europe alone defines its vision of democratic expression and freedom of speech. His remarks signal growing frictions between traditional allies during a period of global instability and shifting power dynamics. France has further complicated EU unity by refusing to transfer Russian sovereign assets that the bloc insists should be directed toward Ukraine's funding needs, creating a significant clash with Brussels. President Trump's national security strategy has triggered intense political backlash across Europe, with leaders accusing Washington of promoting far-right narratives and undermining transatlantic unity, while Moscow has openly welcomed the strategic shift as aligning with Russia's long-standing position on NATO expansion and European security architecture. If you have made it this far, congratulations, you have unlocked the truth. I want to ask you a quick question though. With Donald Trump Jr. suggesting his father might withdraw from Ukraine peace talks, while European leaders fractured over energy policy and Russian asset seizures, do you think America's new strategic direction under President Trump represents a necessary recalibration of global priorities or a dangerous abandonment of traditional alliance? How can nations balance legitimate security concerns against the risk of diplomatic isolation when major powers are increasingly willing to bypass international institutions and negotiate directly with authoritarian regimes, and why? Join the debate. We want to hear your insightful opinion on where this is all heading in our community. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate your support. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Like the video, share this video with friends and family, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.